Here we are, about to end our very first Air Summer Conference. It just warms my heart so much to see every single one of you guys here. We're gonna end this event talking about rewriting the rules of sales. For some reason, people call me the sales queen. Not quite sure, because I don't sell. I just put my heart on the table and I just want to help people with whatever I can. And this is what I want to talk to you guys about. You know, I got into sales, life insurance sales specifically, 5 years ago. And I did so because I desperately needed the money. You know the story. I had an incredible business, loved that business, was featured on Forbes. The business didn't move. And you know what? We never know why we go through very specific hardships. At that time, I had an incredible marketing company that was telling me, we don't understand. We're gonna pay for your ad spends. We don't understand why the needle is not moving. And we didn't understand either. And that one hardship pushed me and Adriana to go on to ZipRecruiter and look for a job as a CEO, for him as an architect, as an engineer. And that specific action created a reaction, and that reaction was finding insurance. I knew nothing about insurance other than the fact that I had a policy. I didn't know the difference between term, whole life, IULs. I didn't even know that was a thing. Next thing you know, I turned down that $250,000 job to go on and start this craziness in the eye of my husband, because we had to pay the rent and we couldn't if I didn't make a sale within a few days. First month, $38,000. Second month, $60,000. Third month, $65,000. Fast forward 6 months, over $100,000 a month. But the craziest thing about it is that I was not selling. You know, let me ask you a question. When you think of a salesperson, what comes to mind? Greedy, pressure, pushy, manipulative, the guy that knocks on your door during dinner, right? The person you avoid eye contact at the store. But then let me ask you another question. Have you ever been in a moment where you were so lost and you desperately needed something, and someone came to you and said the words that you desperately needed to hear? That is sales. Sales is not about pressure. Sales is not about manipulation. Sales is not about convincing someone to do something. Sales is about helping someone cross a bridge they're too afraid to cross alone. Sales is about being able to see someone or something or a set of circumstances and being able to hold someone's hand and let them know that it's okay for them to take the first step. When I sit with my clients, and I'm sure that you guys are going to be able to see me running appointments because I'm going back to the field this week and I'm going to be doing a live. But when I sit with my clients, I am not looking to make $1 or $2 or $3 or $5 or $1,000. I am looking to find a solution for something they're scared to find a solution by themselves. I'm looking to educate. I'm looking to inspire. I'm looking to ask questions and have them realize how important it is not to have what I have to offer in place. And when you do that, you change lives. I always say the quality of your life will be determined by the quality of the questions you ask. And the reason I say that is because if I tell you need something, you will close. You will be completely closed to what I'm telling you. But if I ask you a question that makes you realize you need something, you will open up. So, I'm going to tell you a story. I used to be that salesperson. The manipulative, the one that would push. Go out there, work hard, meet the quotas, write a bunch, make a bunch of money. It's all about the money. And it was working. I was making money. I was getting the rewards. I was getting on the leaderboards, and I was getting the accolades. But every single day, I would come home. I would sit in the shower, and I would cry for 2 hours. I felt like I was acting. I wasn't helping. I wasn't adding. I wasn't creating a better outcome for people. Because when you act like that, you are closing people. And that's not what we're looking to do here. Our job is to open people. Open hearts, open minds, open futures. And one day, I stopped closing. And I'll tell you exactly what happened that day. I was running appointments in person. Got to this appointment in North Miami. Walked into this house, very sweet couple, Pedro and Sandra, a Spanish couple. Their English wasn't very good, and as you know, I'm Brazilian, so I speak Portugal, not really Spanish. Pedro was a sweetheart. Sandra, whew, this woman was holding her arms so tight, I thought she was gonna break her ribs. She was just guarded. She was burned. She'd met salespeople. She'd been burned before. She was sold things she didn't need by people that didn't care. And the moment I sat at their kitchen table, this very sweet man offered me a coffee. And one thing that you do, by the way, if you're doing in-person appointments, if they offer you something, you take it. So I'm like, yeah, of course. I didn't even drink coffee at the time. Yeah, of course, I'll take the coffee. Thank you. So I'm sitting there, and I start, my presentation, and I, go through my script, my role and purpose. And I look at Sandra, and her arms still very tight, and she's very guarded. And I look at her, and I say, Sandra, I know that you don't want me here, and I'll leave. But let me ask you a question. God forbid Pedro didn't come home last night. How's that gonna turn out for you? And I shut up. It took about 6 seconds. This woman went from a sculpture to teared eyes, bawling in front of me. And at that moment, that conversation became about her life, her future, her family, her legacy. And that was the day I stopped selling. And I stopped closing. And I started opening. And that's when I became a $100,000 a month producer. You just heard the greatest producers, the greatest leaders, the greatest builders. And they will tell you incredible things that you can do in the field. And you should have the skills. You should know what to do. And you need to sharpen your skills. But if you don't care, it's going to be short-lived. So the way that we rewrite the rules of sales is that we stop selling. And we start caring. Whether you are in insurance, you are in real estate, you are in high-ticket sales, you are selling courses. Whatever it is that you're selling, you have a solution to a problem. You want to succeed at a very, very high level? Learn how to show what that solution can do for your clients through questions. And when you do that, you don't just change your life. You don't just step up your income. You don't just step up your game. You change lives. And here, this is the reason I'm closing with this is because this is very, very dear to my heart. I don't want an organization that is made out of a bunch of people that's here just to make money. And the reason I don't is because I know that I started making real money when I stopped caring for the money and I started caring for the people. Because I know that is the path to winning everywhere. Every single one of you that's here with me and Adriano and our staff and our top producers and our leaders. And if I can teach every single one of you the foundation of what a real business in this industry is, we can change the industry. An industry that is full of nasty politics. An industry that only cares about one thing only, money. And yes, you can make a lot of money. There is no better opportunity in this country today. There is no better. I believe with my entire being, there is no better opportunity in this country than insurance. But what is the point of money if when you make the money, you lose yourself?